Hello all and welcome to All Red. We look ahead to the year 2035 to see how talented Liverpool's current academy is and to see what our starting 11 could look like if we only used players in Liverpool's academy and first team today. That's over 10 years from now. And I think this is going to be really encouraging because we are loaded with talent. But first, this is the channel that is all Liverpool all the time. It's all red. Please hit that like button and consider subscribing as we continue to build the best LFC channel in the world. All right, let's get right to it. We've got some work to do here on the 2035 starting 11 for Liverpool using only their academy and first team players currently in the squad. At this point, Arne Slot probably has won 10 Premier League titles, 10 Champions League trophies, and he's probably got about 30 to 40 trophies total under. I'm just kidding, guys. Would you just lighten up a little bit? I'm not that deluded. All right, let's jump in. Here we go. At the back, it's Quaven Keller. Of course it is. At this point, he'll be 35, 36, prime time age for a Liverpool goalkeeper. Currently, we can look at Alisson Becker, who's 31 years old. He won't be around. He's not going to be Liverpool's goalkeeper when he's 40 years old. But goalkeepers early to mid 30s, they're still in really good shape. I think Quaven Kelleher has the profile to be good for a long time. And maybe if he sticks around, he'll be Liverpool's goalkeeper for quite some time. There are other options there as well. But I'm putting Quaven Kelleher in as my starting goalkeeper in the year 2035. On the left, it's going to be Luke Chambers. Now, at this point, he would be 30, 31 years old. So about that Andy Robertson age bracket. He'd be just at the tail end of his prime and his first team career. But at this point, he's got massive amounts of experience. He's a very versatile defender. And he's been with Liverpool since the age of 6. So this is his 25th year at the club. And, he has done well. We've seen him. He made his first team debut last season under Klopp and, by all accounts, did very, very well. So Luke Chambers is my starting left back. Okay. Have you guys heard of this kid? Amara Nallo. He's a center back who signed for Liverpool last season in September from West Ham. Very strong, very comfortable bringing the ball out from the back. This kid is a good Arne Slot type center back, and he has been impressive. He did travel with the first team, so he has spent time with the first team, and he's got loads of talent. This kid would be 29 years old in the year 2035. And that bodes well for Liverpool because that is a good age for a strong center back who, at this point in 2035, has loads and loads of experience and is going to be a very good talent. All right. Hey, look at this guy. Gerald Kwanzaa, what? Still in there? Gerald Kwanzaa is currently, let me just fact check this real quick. He is currently 21 years old. So that means he will be 31, 32 at this point, which is about the Virgil van Dijk age that he's at now. I think he has the profile. I think he has the strength. I think he has the body type to play at the top level for a long, long time. It's crazy to think that this kid is already kind of a regular in the first team. And 10 years from now, this kid could be a legend of the club. And he is my starting right center back. All right, no surprises here. It's Connor Bradley. Can Connor Bradley do this, what he's doing, for the next 10 years? I think so. Currently 21 years old. So again, he'll be around the same age as Gerald Kwanzaa. I think he's got the talent to play at the top for about that amount of time. Now, you can make the argument that he is 31, 32 is too old to be a starting right back for Liverpool. But when you have a club legend at this point, like Connor Bradley, he's going to be there. He's going to be in that position for a long time. All right, let's move into the midfield. Stefan Bajetic. This kid is currently 19 years old, so he would only be about 28, 29 years old in the year 2035. And, of course, another potential club legend here if he sticks around, because this kid is already very talented. Can he stay healthy? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to be optimistic and say Stefan Bajetic is going to be a club legend, one of the best club defensive midfielders in Liverpool history. That's what I'm going to say. This is highly optimistic, of course. Who's alongside of Bajetic but Bobby Clark? Bobby Clark, I think, is going to be an incredible talent for Liverpool for a long time to come. He's a 2005er, so in 2035 he'd be just turning 30, and he's got loads of talent. Loved seeing him come in last season and really play some key roles for Liverpool late in that season. And I think he's going to be fantastic. I think he could play probably anywhere in this midfield. I've got him here because I just couldn't fathom putting him where Harvey Elliott is going to go. Of course, Harvey Elliott, I think Harvey Elliott is like this tiny little guy, right? He's like 5'6", 5'7", which is perfect for a player and their longevity. Like you look at Mo Salah, he's doing things that players shouldn't be doing at his age. And it's because he's like this tiny little figure who's just low center of gravity, very strong, built very well. And those types of players can last longer than the tall, lengthy, bigger players who, their legs are bigger. It takes more strength to get those legs moving. I think Harvey Elliott, with his club experience, with his legendary run already as a Liverpool player, with over 100 caps at age 21, of course Harvey Elliott is going to be here for a long time to come. All right, let's move to that front line. It's Ben Doak. Ben Doak is currently not yet 20 years old. So in 2035, he would be about 29, 30. And of course, we've seen flashes from this kid. I think he could be at the top for a long time as well. And this kid is electric. He is very, very electric. He's a Scottish young laddie boy, and I think he could be really, really good on that right wing for a very long time to come. So he is my starting right winger. And then on the left, it's our new boy, Ngumoha from Chelsea. There were a couple players here. I thought about putting Luis Kumas here, but Ngumoha just seems to have that extra spark. And I can't wait to see this kid come in our academy, maybe in our first team. This kid is currently still, what is he, like 15? I think he's like 15. Yeah, he's 15 years old right now, which is crazy. It's crazy to think that he might be able to break into the first team. So, yes, he is going to be my starting left winger because in 35, he's only going to be 25, which is crazy. This kid could play for us for 15, dare I say 15 to 20 years. Woo, doggy. Get that kid in. Get him going. Ngumoha. He's my left winger. And then, of course, nobody's surprised by this. It's Jayden Danns. Jayden Danns is currently 18 years old. We saw him come in last season and not be afraid to play first team football and score goals. And I think Jayden Danns has a long, long future with this club. He is tall. He's strong. He's fast. He has a knack for goal. Seems like he knows just exactly where to put the ball, and it's second nature to him. And I think this kid, I really want to see him come in this season and maybe be that third or fourth option at striker behind, Jota, behind Darwin. I want to see him get some playing time this season because I think he's ready. I really do, especially when you're getting fed from Ngumoha, Doak here in the future, but also, currently in our squad, getting fed from Trent Alexander-Arnold, getting fed from Connor Bradley, getting crosses in from Diaz, Gakpo, getting balls in from Mohamed Salah. So anyways, Jayden Danns, incredibly excited. Now, there are a couple players, well, there's a bunch, but a couple in particular that I thought could have made this list, and it was really hard to leave them off the team sheet here. Cade Gordon, Luis Kumas, two really good attacking midfielders and attackers for Liverpool currently in their system. We saw those two last season. They did very well. Trey Naoni, too, I think has a really strong future, looks like anyways. He's very young currently, but has already made a first-team debut. That's a good sign. Owen Beck, James McConnell, Tyler Morton. I mean, there's just an incredible amount of talent, and this is why I'm so excited for Arne Slot to come in. And this is potentially why, maybe Liverpool don't need to go out and spend £100 million or £150 million or £200 million this summer. Because I'm guessing that Arne Slot and his team, and even Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes, are looking at all of this talent and saying, why would we go out and buy, £100 million 21-year-old when we have so much talent coming through? Now, you might say, well, these kids they're not good enough. These kids are squad players. They're not starters for championship caliber teams. We don't know that yet. We know they have loads of talent. We know that we have a youth program that has produced club legends. And especially in the last, 3 to 4 years, it seems like we've only amplified that. And now you bring in an Arne Slot guy who has a track record for taking youth players and developing them into world-class talents. Hello, that's a recipe for massive success. So that's why I'm just like, dude, I would love to see Liverpool sign a few players this summer. But do we really need to go out and break the bank when we have players like Jayden Danns, Ben Doak, Bobby Clark, and Luke Chambers coming through, who I think are ready to step into that first team? Now, I've said this before, and you might not like hearing this, but this first season under Arne Slot, the expectations are not win the Premier League, win the Champions League, win every cup you're in. That is not a realistic expectation at all. Do we want that? Yes, of course we do. But Liverpool have a runway here in this first season under Arne Slot to bet in some of these players, to get some of these youth players in and see what they're capable of. And hey, if one or two or all of them don't work out, if they're just not up for it, then you go. And maybe in January or maybe next summer, you say, all right, now it's time to invest, because now we know what we have after a season under Slot. We see how they play. We see how some of these youth players come through. Maybe some of them are good enough to sit on the bench for the first team. Maybe one or two of them are absolutely electric and they light up the Premier League. And now we're like, okay, good thing we didn't spend £100 million on a right winger when Ben Doak just scored 10 goals and had 11 assists as a 21-year-old. So that is what I think. That is my opinion. And I'm excited. I hope this gets you excited as a Liverpool fan to see what the future holds. We have so much talent currently in our squad, in our youth team, in our academy, coming up through the ranks. And now we've seen Liverpool put in place the right people, the right leadership to develop that talent further, just like what Jurgen Klopp and his staff were doing. So incredible amounts of talent. The future is bright. The future is bright for Liverpool Football Club. And I, for one, am excited, especially this season coming up. I think a few names on this team sheet we'll see, like Kwanzaa, Bradley, Elliott, Bajetic. But I think this season we're going to see the likes of Bobby Clark and Ben Doak and Jayden Danns get a shot. And it's going to be really exciting to see, because I think they've got what it takes to be Liverpool legends.